August city council meeting. Hope you enjoy the warm weather. August in Texas is always kind of the same old, but we'll make it through. So we'll call the meeting to order. Quorum is here, and we'll declare the meeting open. This time, I'm going to ask Councilmember Howard to give us lead us in the pledge and invocation.
Join me, please, in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you would join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we come to you today as we prepare to do the business for the city of Sherman. We ask for your guidance. We ask for your protection for the first responders. We ask for wisdom. We ask for your grace and mercy for all of those who suffered in horrible attacks over the past week. Let them feel your love, let them feel your grace and your comfort. Please be with the families and the family members of those who have lost their lives or have been injured, and be with the first responders who have put their lives on the line to help to keep us safe. In your heavenly name we pray, amen.
Amen.
So at this time, we'll approve the minutes of the called city council meeting, the budget workshop of June 13th, and the regular city council meeting of July 15th.
Move to approve the minutes of June the 13th and July the 15th.
Second.
First and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Carries. Thank you. All right, at this time, we'll open the public hearing. Linda, will you repeat one for us, please?
Ordinance 6227, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman, amending Section 8, subsection 5A, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a specific use permit to allow 3 two-family, single-story patio homes in an R1, one-family residential district, College Park Overlay District, at 802 and 804, 806 and 808, and 810 and 812 North Broughton Street, being lots 8, 9, and 10, Block 1, Boyer and Lucas Addition. Lacey L. Enterprises owner, William Majors representative, Holly Holmes general contractor, and Underwood Drafting and Surveying Incorporated surveyor. Providing for a repealer clause, providing that this specific use permit shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding the meeting at which this ordinance is passed is noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda. Scott?
Yeah, this specific use permit for these two-family, single-story patio homes went to P&Z, and P&Z recommended approval, 7-0, subject to the staff review letter. The majority of the parking for these are going to be in the rear. Other than that, they're similar to others that have been built in the area.
Thank you, Scott. Is there anyone here to address this item this evening? No? Would you read B2 for us, please?
Ordinance 6228, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman, amending Section 8, subsection 5A, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a specific use permit to allow a single-story patio home in an R1, one-family residential district, College Park Overlay District, at 800 North Broughton Street, being Lot 11, Block 1, Boyer and Lucas Addition. Lacey L. Enterprises owner, William Majors representative, Holly Holmes general contractor, and Underwood Drafting and Surveying Incorporated surveyor. Providing for a repealer clause, providing that this specific use permit shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Okay. Thank you, Linda. Scott?
Yeah, again, this one is similar to the others that were just before it, but this is a single-story patio home, not a two-family. Went to P&Z, and they recommended approval, 7-0, subject to the staff review letter, and we have no objections.
Okay. Thank you, Scott. Is there anyone here to address this item this evening? Okay. Well, Linda, if you'll read B3 for us.
Ordinance 6229, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman, amending Section 8, subsection 5A, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a specific use permit to allow permanent makeup, microblading in a C2 general commercial district, central business district, at 125 East Wall Street, being part of Lot 7, Block D, TJ Shannon's supplement, John and Sharon Arizola owners, and Madeline Greenwood tenant. Providing for a repealer clause, providing that this specific use permit shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda. Scott?
This request is for the microblading makeup, permanent makeup. The state of Texas considers this as tattoos and requires that license, so it has to go to B&Z. The Planning and Zoning Board did recommend approval on this, 7-0, subject to the staff review letter, and limiting the application to the applicant, Madeline Greenwood.
All right, is there anyone here to address this item this evening? Would you read B4 for us, please?
Ordinance 6230, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman amending Section 8, subsection 5A, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a specific use permit to allow permanent makeup microblading in a C1 retail business district, central business district, at 105 South Travis Street, Suite 200, being the west 100 feet of the north one half of Lot 2, Lot 5, original town plan. Reed and Dana Fede, owners, and Brittany Evans Plush Spa, tenant. Providing for a repealer clause, providing that this specific use permit shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
And this is another specific use permit for the makeup microblading, 105 South Travis. B&Z did recommend approval of this one, 7-0, subject to the staff review letter, and limiting the permit to Brittany Evans applicant.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Is there anyone here to address this item this evening? Okay. No, would you read B5 for us, please?
Ordinance 6231, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman amending Section 8, subsection 5A, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a specific use permit to allow automobile sales in the C1 retail business district at 1908 East Lamar Street, being Lot 1, Block 1, East Side Business Park, Cristobal Madrid, owner, Bridget Arndt, tenant, and Helmy Wagner, surveyor. Providing for repealer, providing that this specific use permit shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda. Scott?
This request is for the automobile sales at 1908 East Lamar. The applicants are planning on painting the building, repairing some damage to the building, and resurfacing the parking lot. B&Z recommended approval, 7-0, subject to the staff review.
Thank you, Scott. Is there anyone here to address this item this evening? Okay, if not, Linda, will you read B6 for us, please?
Ordinance 6232, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Sherman amending Section 6.11, ordinance number 2280, so as to grant a planned development for Terra Perpetua Village in the 300 to 1,000 blocks of East FM 1417 Vietnam Veterans Parkway, being 245.83 acres in the Sheriff Dunham Survey, abstract number 329. Terra Perpetua LLC owners, Brian Klein, Ion Design Group, representative, Bush Architects LLC architect, and Underwood Drafting and Surveying surveyor. Providing for a repealer clause, providing that this planned development shall be granted subject to certain conditions, providing a penalty not to exceed $2,000, finding that the meeting at which this ordinance is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda.
This request, for the planned development, we've worked with the applicant for a little over a year. They've worked closely with staff and Half and Associates. PD is its own, higher standard of zoning, and underlying zoning and overlay districts do not apply in this case. The city's consultant, Half and Associates, have reviewed and recommend approval of this. This is the first step in this approval. They will be bringing back final plans to P&Z and council for final approval. P&Z did recommend passing this 7-0, subject to the staff review letter. And the applicants are here to make a presentation.
Good, thank you, Scott.
Connie, while you, go ahead and come up, Connie.
You know, nobody else made a presentation. I wonder if they know something I don't know. They're from here and I'm from Dallas, so they not have gotten the word.
No, that's good. I did want to, thanks for coming, Connie. Want to just kind of tee this up for the council a little bit too. We've talked about this project for, as Scott said, for more than a year now. We were going, full guns on it, and we kind of slowed down a little bit while we got the
enabling legislation ordinance in place. But it's been a pleasure to work with Connie and Brian and the other folks on the terror prevention team. We believe we've got a good plan for the future. This is, I know Connie will speak to this, but this plan isn't a one-year plan or a two-year plan. It's a multi-year plan. This is a huge project. I'm excited about it because it brings something to Sherman that we don't have, and is going to be done first class. And I know that by just looking at the other products that the consultants have been involved in, and looking at the projects that the landowner and those others that are involved have been involved in. So I want to set the stage that while this may be a project that begins here in 2020, it's going to be multi-years. It's going to be great for Sherman. It's going to build, not just build the tax base, but it's going to be a project that I think differentiates Sherman from many of its neighbors to the south, and will bring some elements that are unique to Sherman. So we're excited about that. So Connie, if you want to go ahead and come up and.
Thank you. And a couple of things we'd like to say before beginning the presentation. It is very nice to have a public meeting open with a prayer. I think it's very important, all of us, particularly at this time, so we appreciate that, just as a personal note. But I would like to say, this project would not be where it is without the assistance of some phenomenal staff you have. We work in a lot of communities around DFW, and this is not just saying this yes tonight. We work in a lot of communities, and sometimes you wonder about, do they want you there or not? And it was clear from the first meeting we had with Rodney, and we speak for our client, Rodney Pereira, that it was clear that you want development, you want us here, and it was like, how can we help you? With Robbie's assistance and Scott and Clint's and everyone else, with Pam's, I know you already know this, but again, it has been a real pleasure to do that. And it is nice to work. You did not have enabling legislation for a planned development. And working with HAP and their review was very, very pleasant. Sometimes with other consultants, you say, oh, what is this gonna lead to? But it has been very productive, and they drafted you an excellent enabling ordinance, because it was easy to dovetail what we're going to do with you. So with that, we do very much appreciate it. Real quickly, this is a complex development, big development, but it's going to be a quick presentation. It's essentially a master plan community with a mix of residential, commercial, and recreational choices, a variety of housing, single family, attached and detached, mid-rise residential, appealing public streets with pedestrian pathways, tree-lined streets, wide sidewalks, not just the 4-foot sidewalks you often get, or some places don't get any sidewalks off, connected trail system, preservation of natural resources. There's about 60 acres, either partly preserved or fully preserved. Some will be open space, amenity center, in the flood, there's floodplain streams, and it's very important to our client that those be preserved, and you'll see that in the plan. It is a live, work, play lifestyle unique to Sherman. Everybody says ours is unique, but this truly is, and it fits very much the opportunity for the future, the growth that we've heard so much about, that you've experienced currently, and you will obviously as people continue to come up 75 and down from Oklahoma. It's 246 acres, retail, restaurants, entertainment, single family, residential, as mentioned, more of a cluster of village residential and traditional detached residential, very similar in some ways to what you already have. Mid-rise residential, and 60 acres of amenities, open space, buffer areas, which will be not your responsibility to maintain, but either a property owners association or homeowners association. This generally shows you the conceptual plan, as this is probably, as Robbie said, it's a long-term project. There are a lot of things that will begin immediately, but there are a lot of, clearly, it is based on absorption rates. But we're looking at, this is 75 here, 14, 17 here. The movie bowl, right here to the west, and This will be mid-rise residential, and we look here at the amenity center here. Tucked within the center of it is retail and the potential for a school site. This is your traditional residential. This green area here is along the creek side here. And this is more of a village residential, more walkable. Really frankly, it's all very walkable. And then this is more traditional. So here's the floodplain and preservation areas. So there are a lot of opportunities for outdoor activities in the area. This is a concept of what could happen is, let me show you where this is. This bird's eye view is right about here. One possibility would be to cluster the mid-rise residential along here, along a very cool water feature here, and then back up the retail here, and so that you can enjoy the retail with some opportunities for water feature that I don't believe y'all have yet, y'all may have, but it would be a wonderful retail opportunity. And then away from the more active area, then you begin to have in the southern part, hoping that make me dizzy with my pointing here, more of the traditional residential. This is just a real quick shot of what we're talking about, tree line with a parkway. A lot of people oftentimes just see the sidewalk next to the curb. We'll have a vegetated parkway with trees. Some areas will be a 12-foot sidewalk, and some areas will be a 7 to 6-foot sidewalk. But we're looking at that being a very pleasant experience, so people do get out and walk and enjoy it. People wonder why folks don't walk. Sometimes two things: they don't have sidewalks, or they have nowhere to go. And this development will provide both of those. So we ask you to support and approve our plan development. And if you have any questions at that point, when we come to that point, we're here to answer them. Thank you.
Okay, is there anyone here to speak on this item this evening? Okay, if not, we'll close public hearing to consider the adoption of ordinances. Okay, so any questions or discussion on these items?
I just,
No, I was looking at you because I knew you might have some.
oh, really? Scott, on this, automotive sales on Water Street. So I noticed there's a letter here that says when the grid opened the first time, he said he would keep it clean. That did not happen. Do we have any violations against him in the past or anything that, I'm assuming he was in that location at some time before?
I'm not up to any violation.
And I'm assuming when we went to put the sign in the yard across the street, we saw horrible cars that are parked over there, and I know I brought that up several times, and it really doesn't have anything to do with this, but in a way it does, because it just seems like we continue to pass these and allow these. And I understand, I read the staff review letter, and it has to be, they can't, I mean, it's a sales lot, so they're gonna have cars parked out there, but they can't have abandoned cars or cars that don't run. So I guess I'm just trying to make a point, once again, that I don't know that that's happening a lot of times. And I was just curious, because it seemed like you had been there before, and some of the neighbors had complained about it in the past. I don't know if he's here or not.
I think the applicant's here.
Yes, sir.
If you would.
Yeah, if you'll state your name and address for the record.
Sure. My name is Bridget Arndt.
Okay. So I was just curious, and I guess you were the owner or part of the
Yes, sir.
ownership of this. So were you in that location before?
No, my husband and I were driving by and just saw us for lease and called on it, so we've
Okay.
never been there
So
before.
they must, I got you, okay, okay.
And we are gonna have nice cars out front. We're gonna use it as a display lot. We're gonna do a lot of it online, and we are fixing it up. Won't be any junk, no broken down cars, anything like that. It's gonna be really nice.
Thank you.
Will these be newer cars or used cars?
They will be used. They'll be nice used cars.
You guys, we all be doing repairs there on site?
Oh, no.
No?
No, sir. Just a display lot.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve, ordinance 6227 and 6228 as written.
Okay, motion for those two, do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, I've got a couple of seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Those two are approved, thank you. Okay, council, any discussion, questions on the remainder?
Okay, I just, is the individual here who's the 6229 with the microblading?
They both are.
They're both- Okay,
6229,
just, either one of them, because the question does come up from the council occasionally, and that is, but it says permanent makeup, what is the difference between that and tattooing? And can you just do, can they do tattooing also, if they get this permit? And so that's why I'm, just for clarification, because it does come up as a question.
If you'll come up, state your name and address.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Brittany Evans. Can you give my address?
Yes.
417 Valley View Lane in Carmen, Texas.
Thank you.
So it is licensed through the state the same way, but it's still considered a tattoo license, but I have no tattoo training.
Okay,
But through the state, it is considered the same licensing, I guess.
okay. Because, as I said, you know, I don't know that it'll make a big difference on how we vote on this, but, you know, it does come up because sometimes people are applying for a license for a tattoo parlor, you know, as such, as opposed to permanent makeup and
You do have to
microblading.
apply for the same license through the state that a regular tattoo would have
Okay.
to apply for as well, but I have no formal tattoo.
All right, thank you very much.
Scott, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but if they were to do standard tattoos in there, that'd be prohibited by their special use permit?
Yeah, this is just for the makeup, you do have the option of limiting this to just the face area, if you wanna do that. I'm sure that applicants would be okay with it. I assume
It
that.
must be very popular, because it seems like the passing one of these every couple weeks.
Quite a few.
I'll move to approve, if nobody else has any other questions, I'll move to approve 6229 and 6230.
Second.
Got a motion, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we've got two, also discussion on these two.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve 6231 and 6232.
Very good.
And I'll second them.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. All right, we are to the consent agenda. These items are considered to be routine and enacted in one motion without discussion, unless a council member or citizen requests a specific item be discussed and voted on separately. The consent agenda includes items C4, C7, C8, C9, D1, E7, E8, E9, E10, E11, and E12. Would anybody like these to be separated for any reason? If not, we have a motion on consent.
Move to approve the consent agenda.
Okay,
And I'll second it.
okay, motion, couple of seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you, council. Linda, if you'll read resolution 6501 for us, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sherman authorizing the execution of an economic development program agreement with Jeremy and Natalie Roberts for the grant of incentives pursuant to chapter 380 of the Texas Local Government Code. Finding that the meeting at which this resolution is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda. Ron?
Yes, this is the second grant under our recently approved retail recruitment program. The Roberts are planning on putting a restaurant, pizza restaurant there on Texoma Parkway in the old Payless Shoe Store. Payless Shoe Store, place that's been vacant for a little while, so we're excited about this. I like the concept of what we've talked about. I like filling that space with something that's useful and productive, and income generating for the city. So, we would propose that you, consider approving this agreement. They're here to talk about the agreement as well, I mean, the project as well, if you want a little bit more details about kind of what they're proposing.
Well, thank you, Robbie. Council, any questions or discussion?
I wanna know which one of you knows something about pizzas. You got popcorn, and you got 903.
We heard you were looking for a job, so.
Hey, Jeremy, no, I am not. You wore me out in school, so. Okay, thank you.
Well, I can tell you, pizza's half as good as grilled cheese sandwiches. You got my support.
Mr. Mayor, I move to approve resolution 6501 as written.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Linda, if you read 6502 for us, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sherman authorizing execution of a professional services agreement with Adele and Associates Architects Incorporated for pre-design and site evaluation services for the new Sherman Police Headquarters. Finding that the meeting at which this resolution is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda. Good evening, Chief.
Evening, Mayor, Council. So this agreement is for pre-design and site consultation with Heidel Associates. They've walked through this process with us for a couple of years now. They're familiar with the project, they're familiar with the scope of what the city of Sherman wants to see. And so we feel it'd be prudent to engage with them for this pre-design to make sure that the location and facility match and are prudent with what we're looking to do. It's at a cost of $1,500 a site. In meeting with the city manager, I think we have pretty good grasp on the areas that we may consider. And so that will limit us in doing a number of sites. I think if we kind of have our heads around where we'd like to see it be placed. So there's your question.
Council?
I'd like to know what those sites are. You can tell me later.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, any other questions for the chief?
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Linda, if you'll read 6503 for us, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sherman authorizing the acceptance of a general warranty deed from RTS Enterprises Incorporated for the conveyance of a 0.85 acre tract of land, more or less, situated in the SM McLaughlin Survey, abstract number 811, City of Sherman, County of Grayson, State of Texas, being more fully described by these towns in the attached Exhibit A and illustrated in the attached Exhibit B. Finding that the meeting at which this resolution is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Thank you, Linda.
Mayor, City Council, since the budget workshop where you all gave the go-ahead to look at the EMS building, this property has become available to us that sits just north of the current station number 5 on Frisco Road. And we asked the chief and all of his hierarchies to go look at it, and they feel that this building will accommodate what they are looking for. And the reason why we're asking that we approve this, it will give us an opportunity to package, not only when they look at doing their training center, put that together with the EMS building at the Station 4, but as we look down the road to build Station 5 somewhere else, it'll give us an opportunity to package that property together as well. This building is a little larger than what they propose to build for the EMS, and it has everything they need.
Okay, thank you, Terrence. Council, discussion, questions?
I think it's in here, but, so what was the cost, I mean, I see what the cost of the new building is compared to building, I mean, this building to purchase compared to the cost of the new building.
The new one was somewhere around 850,000.
We're getting a little more square footage here, and
Plus they'll be able to move some equipment that's currently in parking lots around the city and like First Baptist into a secure location that has cameras and electronic gates and things like that.
so we're purchasing for $375, so what type of money we're gonna have to put into the building? We know that at this point.
Less than $1 million.
We feel like it's in, there may be some small renovations, that have to be done, but it's already broken up into different rooms. They have a couple of nice, offices that, could be used for some purpose there.
What building was that?
It was RTS was a, commercial electrical contractor. So they have, about 4,000 square feet of office space and another 4,000-ish square feet of, bays, kind of storage. And then this yard, secured yard out back as well, so.
There'll be some security, a few extra security things, some cleanup, maybe move a wall or two.
But no major renovations.
Our employees will do those renovations, right? City
Yeah, I
employees.
suspect the scope of anything that would need to be done could be handled by ours. We'll wanna make sure to check out the mechanical systems and things like that. So we're allowing that, maybe it needs a new, although it's working fine right now, wouldn't be, maybe a bad idea to look at a new, AC unit, for instance. But we noticed no leaks inside, so no leak problems that we are aware of. And so structurally it's fine, the layout is great, the price is great, and this is a good, short, intermediate, step, I think, until we are ready to do something different in the Station 5 Terrence mentioned. I think this is a good kind of intermediate step for us.
At this time, there's no need to add any staff to be there during the day or anything, no.
I've got 2 division chiefs that are chomping at the bit.
So they're happy with it? You're
Oh,
happy with it?
oh, yeah, they were looking hard.
The building basically was in current operation, so it hasn't been sitting empty at all. The owner, died of of cancer, so the wife is liquidating, and they're the ones who approached the city since they have a good relationship with the fire station and felt that if we were interested, this would be a good win-win situation.
I move to approve, 6503 as registered.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries, thank you. If you read 6505 for us, please.
A resolution of the City Council of the City of Sherman awarding a bid to and authorizing execution of a contract with North Rock Construction LLC for construction of an outdoor basketball facility at Pecan Grove West Park. Finding that the meeting on which this resolution is passed was noticed and is open to the public as required by law.
Okay, thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This is to award a bid, like Linda said, of the basketball courts that will be added to the Congrove West Park on the southeast corner of Shady Oaks and Canyon Creek. The bid would go to North Rock Construction for a total of $137,362.